Hello, my name is Daniel Chamorro.
My name is Alex Derulis. We are going to show off like the full demo. So first part will be like the GUI. Then I'll show you how you can select like different modes. Show you like the vocal mode, which contains of like the vocal training, which contains like two different modes, and also the eye contact mode, and basically how it all works fit together. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how it works like when we boot this thing up. So I'm gonna plug this thing in, and also I want to show you how it's portable. Like this is all we need. Like this is the camera, this is the microphone, this is the stand, this is the screen. So I'm gonna plug this thing in. So basically you can take this thing anywhere as long as you have like the power cord to plug this in. So like, let's say if you're on a business trip, you wanna like improve your speaking skills in preparation for like that huge conference. For example, like this would be the perfect thing. So plugging this thing in right now, I mean, it's gonna take a while. Just hold on for a few seconds. Right now, the screen starts out as white, and now it goes black. And basically, at first, it's going to boot up the desktop screen. But hold on, it will start the application. Yeah, see, so this is the GUI. It has the eye contacts module as the vocal, and it has the exits. Okay, so for example, if we want to select vocal, so we can do this. Aha, nice. Okay, so let's say for example we wanted to do speech. So oh yeah, and also like my partner, he has this as a microphone which uses like this part. So that's parts of the microphone. He's gonna say speech. So let's just go and see what happens while he's speaking. So yeah, and also note how before you start speaking, like when you press something, it says like mode selected, for example. But yeah, okay, start speaking.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition.
Yeah, so the reason why it's showing up red is because he's speaking too quietly. So maybe you want to speak louder.
Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a proportion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hollow this ground.
Now speak very quietly.
The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here.
Now you see how he starts speaking quietly again. And the reason why it's showing up too quiet right now is because I'm far away from the microphone. That's why it's showing up too quiet. Essentially, like when he was making pauses, it didn't punish him while he was doing that. That's also another thing we include in the algorithm. So, and also in order to exit mode, see how it says mode selected, we do this. Hold on. Good. And also it goes, when you do that, it goes back to eye contact and vocal. Let's do a vocal mode. Let's see. So also you see here. So this was mode 1. So basically, if you noticed in mode 1, my lab partner was doing a speech. So it's basically you're practicing a speech and you were just making sure you don't talk quietly. Now this is vocal mode. Which is not this is not necessarily being used like when you're practicing a speech, but rather you want to use this. This is basically a vocal exercise that improves the quality of your voice. So I'm just going to show you what this is. So I click on this. Mode selected. Okay, so mum 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 mum. And you see how it gave me a yellow? That's because like I wasn't being consistent, because I want to like the volume needs to be consistent, and also it's doing it right now obviously since I'm explaining. So I'm going to keep doing the exercise. Mum 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 mum. Yeah. I mean, it's also, keep in mind, it's also a very difficult exercise to do. So like for a while, like it was not giving me that alarm, but then it did that. It's like when I got out of like the baseline or the range. Now I'm gonna do it quietly because mode 2 also includes mode 1. So yeah, so it gave me the red alarm, which means I was just being too quiet. And yeah, so we are back. Okay, so now you can see, so in select training, now we want to go to eye contact training. So let's do this. And also, let's see. So as you'll see, it'll go back and it'll show you the images, but then it goes back. And that's because of the buffer period for like when the image shows up. So this is how we managed to solve that problem. He's just staring, and green means he's good to go. Basically, he's talking, and yeah, so it gave him a blue sign, which means that it detected that he changed his eye position, essentially. Yeah, I guess he can keep staring, and so it did it again. Blue detected he changed. Now this time, just do it where you are just staring at it. Like, just keep staring. Yeah, and also it gave him a red. That means she was moving too much. I mean, it's not perfect yet, but yeah, so just keep staring. Just keep staring past that green alarm. And it gave him a black this time, which means he was staring for too long. So that was a creepy alarm.
So right now we're waiting for the green code saying that he's ready to move his eyes. That was it, and then he moved his eyes and they gave him a blue code, which means he did it successfully. So at this point, the user is talking into the crowd, waiting for the next green notification. He just received a black notification, meaning he's been staring too long at a single point. Here the user is trying to simulate what will happen if they look around too much.
And then now I'm also keep on talking more.
As you can see, they received a red alarm indicating that their view changed before the timer finalized. Okay, so here we're going to see what happens in the boot up sequence once we plug in the Raspberry Pi. We expect the graphical user interface to automatically boot up as the Python script runs. So as you can see, it automatically booted up the graphical user interface, and now we can choose either eye contact or the vocal mode. So now it'll display a text saying that the mode was selected, and as you can see, the camera will turn on and it is now recording feed. We can also click here on the camera for positioning the head in the frame. Okay, once we're done through the training, we can simply press exit mode, which was coded through the sub-process library, to end that process. And then we can switch over to the vocal mode and start the speech. As you can see, the mode was selected and the microphone is recording. You can see the messages meaning that I'm talking too quietly because the microphone is far away. We can once again exit the mode just as before and switch over to vocal, the strengthening exercise. And once we're done with that, we can once again press exit mode and then exit the whole program.
Yep.